Hello, in this JavaScript video, I am going to cover variables. So what is a variable? Variables are really cool. They allow you to store some piece of data. And that's it really. We've already used it. Didn't explain it too much. So this var keyword just is short for variable. Then you need to name your variable. And you can pretty much name it whatever you want. There are certain conditions for naming your variables. You can't, start it with a number. You can't use a reserved keyword, for example. So, you can't name it var because var is reserved for indicating later variable. So reserved keywords are unavailable. Then you put equals and then you assign it some value and then you can use it anywhere. You can reassign a value as well. So if I just get rid of this and if I just say hello world, as you can see, we're not using the var keyword anymore. That's because we've already declared it. And let's say if I assign 10 now, I'll grab hold of this, put it here, save it, go back, reload. As you can see, it says 9 and 10. Okay, so that is pretty darn cool. There is another variable that I want to cover, or another sort of, I should say, in the new ES6, there is a new sort of format of variable, and that is called a let. And let is really useful. So let's, no pun intended, let's have a go at that right now. So if you just put the keyword let, and we can name it something, so let's just call it hello, and assign a value of 5, console.log, and if I print out hello, save, refresh, it prints out 5. So what's the main difference is, one, you cannot just declare it like this, whereas a variable you can. It does not like this at all. So it'll try and resolve it, but I'll recommend not doing it. The other main difference is it's to do with block scope. So look at this. So imagine if I was to declare this inside this block, and this could be attached to a function, a loop, which we'll cover, or just on its own. And let me show you what happens if I do it with this one. Save that and refresh. As you can see, it says uncaught reference hello is not defined. So with a standard variable, it doesn't actually have block scope, which most variables in most languages do. So if you're coming from another language and you want to reduce the scope of your variables, which is a common requirement, then you want to use let. So a lot of the time in newer applications, you will generally use let over var. So that's how you create a variable. Just one other thing to note, in JavaScript, you just specify the keyword var. In some other languages, you have to specify the data type. So in this case, this is a whole number, also referred to as an integer. A decimal is referred to as a float. A string, would be a string. A character would be a char. You can assign whatever you want to your variable. So if I change this to, I don't know, hello world, save that, refresh, and you can see it says hello world, even though this is a string and initially it was a number, or more specifically an integer. JavaScript is very loose like that. You can just assign a variable in one location of one data type, and then in another location later on assign another variable or another piece of data of a different data type, and it'll still work. So that's just something to bear in mind if you're coming from another language, and pretty much all data types are supported. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I will help you and see you in the next video.